we gave up about 5-point-something yards per carry, and we only rushed for 3.1 per carry, which makes it difficult to win. I will say this. The defense was on the field all day, which made it extremely difficult for them. Honestly, I thought they played really well. You can only be out there so much, okay? It made it really difficult. The one statistic that is going to stand out more than anything is fourth down. So it was interesting. They weren't any good on third down, really, and we weren't any good on third down. But on fourth down, they were good. They had a couple busted plays for conversions on fourth down, kept drives alive. But what I told the players is the same thing that I've told you guys. Early in the season, in college football, in my opinion, about half the games are given away. Teams don't win. The other team just gives it to them. I have a ton of respect for them. Ton of class organization, well coached, great guys after the game, very first class all the way, and came and played physical and ran the ball. But I felt like I told the team, you guys gave them a game, okay? Offensively, we were awful. We couldn't get any quarterback play. And then all of a sudden late in the game, we start playing better at quarterback. But it is what it is by then. But in my opinion, they won the game, but we certainly did a lot of things to help them. And so we try to avoid that here, but we didn't today. And you can just look at the numbers. Penalties, not a big deal. I mean, we had one dumb penalty on KOR, 4 for 27. If you don't have that, we only had 12 yards in penalties. They had 21. I mean, that's typical for both teams. 5 of 18 on third, 4 of 15, 4 for 5 on fourth down. That's a big stat. And then they rushed for 5.3-ish a carry, and we rushed for 3.1 a carry. And we were negative, 2 in turnovers probably, something like that. Nope, even 2 and 2, correct? So we won the turnover battle. So there's two stats, right? They rushed for 5.5 a carry. We rushed for 3.1. They were 4 or 5 on fourth down to convert and keep going. And we were poor on offense, couldn't get good quarterback play. We got to do a much better job of coaching, scheming them, giving them an opportunity to have success, and then they got to play better.
What in particular do you think was missing from your quarterback play, and what led you to pull the trigger and go with Garrett for the third?
Sometimes we don't do it a lot here, but sometimes, you gotta get a guy out and calm him down a little bit. But I don't have that answer. Things move so fast during the game that it's hard to get that part of it. But I just felt like that we weren't getting good play, and we needed a relief pitcher. You get somebody else in there, and Garrett had a tough day, so then we switched back. But as I said, we haven't done that a lot here, but sometimes you got to kind of get a guy out and clear your mind a little bit.
You have an idea that Allen will be your guy moving
he
forward?
will. Yeah.
Okay.
How much of that quarterback play could have been affected by the defense?
Sure. Great question. They're good defense. They know what they're doing. I didn't think that our plan for attacking their style of play was good, but and I'll be very honest with you here. It's like people talk about our program a lot, and they'll say, God, whatever, they win a lot. Well, you can talk about them a lot, and their defense always plays good, right? And they did today. We could have been better. We could have attacked them better, and we could have got better play. But I'm going to give them credit because somehow that seems to happen a lot with them. And I'm going to say that it's probably not by accident.
The late surge by your offense, schematically, were you doing anything?
No, same stuff. I mean, we were throwing different passes because we were behind by 3 scores. But it's the same stuff we've been doing here for 10 years or 15 years. We threw it and caught it. Our guys caught it, not their guys. That helped.
You talked earlier about expecting them to have an extra guy in the box and run game being difficult. Did you feel like you had to get away from it just because of the way they were
The run.
Yeah. because
We didn't. Like, when things happen in a game, we kept running it, and the crowd was frustrated, and they were booing, which I understand, but we didn't get away from it. But the reason we didn't is because it was still, for a long time, a one-score game. And then it was only a 10-point game or something? So you can't get away from it, which we didn't, okay? The reason it felt like we did, because we didn't have very many plays. We had 59 plays. So that's like 25 plays less, or 30 plays less. So that's why it looked that way. We didn't abandon it. And it was, we had a 4th and 2, I think, on the 50. And we didn't go for it. You know why we didn't go for it? We hadn't got a first down the whole game. What makes you think we can convert 4th and 2 on the 50? It was still a one-score game. So I make those decisions, and I said, guys, we haven't gotten anything, and it's almost halftime or third quarter, whatever it was. Let's punt it. It's only a one-score game. So we didn't abandon it. It just looked that way because we didn't get any plays. See, we only had 15 of them. And, I bet the last 15 plays were like 13-2 pass. Probably, right? That kind of skewed the numbers. So we tried to stay balanced.
You mentioned the defense being out there so much, especially the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And right before halftime, I think they had long drive, 3-and-out long drive.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see it in the guys' faces?
Not in their faces. They were tough. The guys did a good job. I know it was in their bodies. Like Ruck cramped up and stuff, and we had to, he was out a while and stuff like that. The guys did a great job. Like, I'll just tell you what I told them. I told them that I saw leaders today. I saw guys on defense that I saw 5, and I saw 4, and I saw 3, and I saw 99 and 33, and some guys trying to be leaders on defense. Because when you get off the field and then you said you're back up, and you get back up, and you get off the field and they say you're back up, it gets frustrating. They didn't faze them. They just kept going. And in that huddle, like, I walked in there to be a cheerleader. I didn't need to be a cheerleader. They were good. They said, Coach, we're good. I said, well, try to get another stop. I need one more stop. They were good. And then, as bad as it was offensively, I didn't have to cheerlead for them either. They did a good job they just kind of stayed the course. And that's tough. And I told them, I said, look, when you have a day like we had, it's hard to not get frustrated. But they did a good job with that.
I know this is just one game, Mike, but with the offensive struggles, I don't know what changes are possible, but are there any changes you mull over with what happened today?
We had to stay the course. I didn't think our plan was very good. I think that they're pretty good on defense. They just play better than what you think they should. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have a good culture. They do a good job. Their coaches are good. And, sometimes y'all been to our games when we played, like, teams that are really, like, talented. Like you watch them, you're like, wow, those guys are freaking. And then, so the way they play, first time we played them, the way they play, they don't take your breath away. They just play really good. And that's what they did.
What about the plan did you not like?
I can't hear you.
What about the plan did you not like?
I thought we should have tried to take advantage of what we had going on out here more. And I thought that, again, without watching tape and seeing safety locations, I felt like we should have tried to make these guys pay the price a little bit more with some of the maturity we had at wideout. But again, to be fair, I need to look at it and see what everybody else is seeing. I'm on the ground. Sometimes it's hard to see. But most of the time, I'm right.
Did you feel like Allen was kind of putting maybe too much pressure on himself, because big game, big moment? That first half was pretty forgettable for him. Did you feel like he was kind of putting too much on the moment?
I would like to think not, just because of as long as he's been around, But something was bothering him. I didn't feel like he set his feet. Remember, you guys asked me the last couple of weeks. You said, what are you pleased with Bowman? I've been telling y'all, you've been asking me every week. And I said, he's been doing a better job sitting in the pocket and not bouncing around. I thought he bounced around a lot today.
He did a lot of rolling.
Yeah, just kind of moving, really, for not a lot of reasons. See, he only gave up, I think we only got sacked, how many times, one?
Once.
One time?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna start with that, but again, I'll have to look and see.
Did you
And I don't have an explanation for that, because obviously I'm not in his helmet.
did you talk with Allen at all at halftime about letting Garrett go out there for the second half?
No, I let their coaches do that. I'm in there with the other coaches trying to come up with plans and different things, and so I'll let those guys do that.
Is it possible to come out of this game and feel better about the defense with how they played today?
Pretty smart guy. I thought they played good. I mean, you guys understand, y'all been to a lot of games. You can't keep going out there the whole game and they get 81 plays and they don't even play fast. So the tempo they play, if we would have played a little better on offense, it probably only would have been like 65 plays. But they had to keep going out there. So we bounced off of two runners that we had for a 2-yard gain, and one ended up being 66, and one ended up being 42-ish, and we had them in the right spot. So that's where they have to improve. Quit bouncing, wrap, we got to get them down. Some of it could have been fatigue, though, but we can't let it be fatigue. Good? All right, guys. Thank y'all.